Hello everyone and welcome back to another video. I, as always, am Grestar, and this is another reaction to a death battle, Steven Universe versus Star Butterfly. So of course make sure to click on the link in the description below to go to the official release first. Like, comment, subscribe, all of that good stuff. Watch that there, then come back here and we'll watch it together. So I really don't know where to begin with these two characters. Not because I have so much to say, but because I really just don't know them at all. Like, I recognized Steven Universe when I saw him, you know? And I know that he's from the show, Steven Universe. But I've never seen it. I've only seen, like, a few clips, and, you know, they weren't anything that would be related to Death Battle, you know? It just didn't seem like a show... I don't necessarily want to say it didn't seem like a show that I wouldn't... or that I would like, but just like the clips I saw, they annoyed me. Like, I know that it's super woke and everything, which is good, but yeah, no, just the things I saw, they annoyed me, so I never pursued it. As for Star Butterfly, I did not recognize her, period. So I have no idea. Like, do either of these characters frequently engage in combat? Are there systems of magic within their worlds? Like, I have no idea what they're capable of or, like, what kind of experiences they've gone through. So I'm going to rely entirely on the analyses portions here. So with that, let's get to watching. So yeah, Steven Universe, Star Butterfly, take it away.
Steven Universe, a superpowered half-human, half-gem teenager.
Superpowered half-human, half-gem.
Wild child princess from another dimension.
They've both struggled with their responsibilities to save the world, but when pitted against each other, whose heroics will triumph?
He's Wiz and I'm Boomstick.
And it's our job to analyze their weapons, armor, and skills to find out who would win a death
Just
battle.
already watching the clips in the background, you know? Interesting stuff.
The Diamond Authority was an alien superpower set on conquering the universe for their own gain.
That's rude.
They're literally diamonds, like shiny alien rock people.
Okay.
As the most powerful of the gems, the Diamonds led armies of lesser gems, including pearls, amethysts, and others, to prepare planets for destruction by the Authority. These armies were trusted to obey.
But they had an enemy rock person, Rose Quartz. She'd been living on Earth and really liked the place, so she was leading her own group of gems in rebellion, the Crystal Gems.
To which the three Diamonds
Crystal
of the
Gems?
Authority responded by trying to destroy every gem left on Earth.
That sounds like overkill. But in a huge blast of light, every gem was corrupted or destroyed, except for Rose and her closest gems, a garnet and pearl. She'd managed to defend them all with her shield.
Given the
Oh.
light emanating from this attack and its distance, we can estimate it to be over 843 million tenajoules per second of
Okay,
energy.
we haven't seen
Joules.
anything about
More
Steven
like
Universe himself
joules,
yet, but
am I
sure.
right?
That's what I said?
No, like with the W. Never mind.
Well, now with the Diamonds rebuffed, Rose was able to settle down, and she even met a human she got along with, Greg Universe.
And they both have
What a
such
badass.
terribly
I wish my
unfortunate
last name was
noses.
Universe. They got along so well that one thing led to another, and whoops! Rose had to give up her body so their son could be born.
Due to his
Yay!
heritage, Steven has many gem-related powers.
Okay.
So when Rose gave up her body to create him, she effectively gave him all of her power as well.
So
including
actually gave up her
own
body.
gem. And while Steven's a stalwart pacifist, this led to him following in her footsteps to defend Earth from the Diamonds when they inevitably return.
Okay.
But he's got plenty of ways to defend himself and the others. He can create shields and bubbles to protect from different attacks, use bubbles to teleport things away, and shapeshift to get bigger.
He can also control his personal gravity to float or jump as high as he wants.
Okay,
and he
sure.
can even fuse with other gems, or sometimes a human.
Huh. Wonder what a fusion
Interesting.
between us would look like.
Fusions tend to result in a more powerful entity than the sum of its parts, but
Right.
I'm not sure that would happen.
Yeah, you're right. You wouldn't be able to handle it.
Sure. Anyway, as a gem, Steven is much stronger than an average child.
Well, that- yeah.
While he doesn't look
That
for
goes without
conflict,
saying, I think.
Conflict always seems to find him. Like when he's taken on huge monsters or pushed through the G-forces of faster-than-light travel.
And when he's in a fight, he combines that crazy strength with awesome speed and agility. He can outrun an alien security system with electric fire and ice attacks, and he's dodged lasers. Even if
Okay,
he can't
dodging
get away in
lasers,
time,
that's the-
Steven survived
that's
an
the speed
entire
thing.
temple exploding and taking hits from a bunch of gems, which is huge. I mean, Garnet once punched so hard she could split a mountain.
Another gem he's on par with, Lapis, telekinetically lifted the entire ocean into the atmosphere.
Oh.
Boomstick, do you know how heavy the ocean is?
No.
You know how heavy the ocean is?
The effort required for that would be anywhere from 92 petatons to over
And he's
10
on par,
centitons
okay.
of TNT.
Man, that's a lot of water.
Yeah,
bubble
it
and
is.
shield are also way stronger than they look, since they can defend against attacks from the diamonds themselves. Not even Steven's spit could have helped with that attack.
I don't-
Oh, if you haven't heard, his spit can heal people.
Oh.
His saliva can even give plants, like fruit, humanoid form.
Oh.
Spitting out seeds from a watermelon has gotten Steven in quite a bind before.
Weird.
It's not gonna pop up and attack me, is it?
No, Boomstick. Regular watermelons don't attack people. But depending on Steven's emotional state, he has varying control over his plant-based life form.
That's probably a good call,
You gonna
Boomstick.
eat that?
Yeah, that's a bad
Aside
call.
From
That's...
his spit, Steven's tears have brought people back from the dead. They just turn pink and have powers of their own after.
Oh,
It's weird.
that is,
Despite
yeah.
not being one to pursue conflict, Steven's been stuck for a while making the best of carrying on Rose's duty. So his kindness and feelings of responsibility for those around him push him to use those healing abilities whenever he can. He can even mend himself with accelerated healing that lets him fix fractures and minor injuries nearly immediately.
That's handy.
And when Steven's knocked out, he can leave his physical body, sort of like a ghost. The drawback is he can't physically interact with anything while he's projecting. But when Steven goes to sleep normally, he can possess other people's bodies. Good luck trying to fall asleep in a fight, though.
Yeah,
tried.
I don't think
But
that'll come
protecting the Earth
into play
wasn't
here.
the only surprise Steven's mother left for him. As it turns out, she was never actually Quartz at all. She was, in fact, Pink Diamond, one of the heads of the Diamond Authority.
I see.
Despite being sent to Earth to conquer it, she fell in love with the planet, which led her to give up her title and transform into Rose Quartz. All of this was withheld from Steven for most of his life, as Pearl worried how the truth might change him.
Oh, believe
Okay.
me, parental trauma will take a toll on anyone's mental state. And when Steven gets too overwhelmed, he taps into his latent diamond abilities, making everything way stronger and way killier.
In this, his pink state, he's so fast his perception of time slows to a crawl. His bubble and shield become hexagonal and strong enough to crush other gems.
Okay.
Like when he lost control of his emotions in a fight with Jasper and killed her.
He did bring her back to life with his super tears, but that kind of stuff made him think he was a monster, and he basically turned into a pink state Godzilla.
Oh,
This
okay.
wasn't Steven hulking
Strange.
out all of a sudden. It was the result of a full emotional breakdown after years of stress and trauma.
Luckily, his friends came in clutch and it worked out okay.
Gotta love
But
the power of
he still
friendship.
risks becoming a monster if he's ever completely emotionally broken.
With the support of the Crystal Gems, his dad, and his friends, Steven managed to work through his personal
Sad
issues,
monster.
so hopefully he's not faced with becoming a monster ever again.
So that's one less monster to worry about, Tokyo.
Yay!
And since Monster Steven has the same power as his pink state, just with absolutely no control, Steven's still powerful enough to take on anything in his way.
Of course, if it was up to Steven Universe, everyone would just be friends.
Of course.
Garnet, Amethyst, and Pearl, and Steven!
Odd clip to go out on, I feel, but hey, why not?
When Marco met the new exchange student at his school, he thought he was just making a new friend from a different place.
And he definitely didn't think she'd be a magical princess who'd drag him along for all of her crazy adventures.
Uh-huh.
This girl from Uni
Mew what?
was a little weird and a little wild. And on top of bringing
She
magic
definitely
to
looks
Earth,
wild.
She might have brought along a few extras as well. This displaced heir to the throne and defender against monsters was none other than Star Butterfly.
Okay.
She may have
See
been
what she's
backed
got.
up by generations of magic users before her, and super strong in her own right.
Star
but
Butterfly, the
Star wasn't
underestimated.
the perfect princess.
She would have been sent to the terrifying and personality-draining St. Olga's School for Wayward Princesses, but luckily, Star's parents took one look at that place and decided, no way,
Good.
she's going to Earth instead.
You know, Earth really isn't the best place for her to be practicing magic. We're not used to people casually casting spells here.
No, we are not.
What humans say.
Well, since Star is a Mumin,
What the f is a Mumin?
that's what the people of Muni are called. She's already superhuman compared to her peers on Earth. She survived a blast that leveled the top of Castle Muni and can use her wings to help her get out of the way in a pinch.
Okay.
What, those tiny things? There's no way she can actually fly with them. At At least she can make a bubble around herself to defend against attacks.
Her butterfly heritage also grants her the Magic Instruction Book. This spell book
The Magic
is
Instruction
incredibly
Book, okay.
important, as it contains spells created by all the magical rulers of Muni that came before her. And she creates her own spells too, like Cupcake Blast, which fires a beam filled with cupcakes.
Wow.
Okay, half of
Original.
these spells don't make any sense. Jelly
It's okay,
bean
she's 15.
hallucination mist? Starfish tsunami? What the hell are these names? I want a jelly bean hallucination
I
mist.
bet you do.
I feel like you'd pay for that at like a high-end sauna.
Well, they're kind of self-explanatory.
Yeah.
Creating her own spells does mean they can pretty much be anything. Take one of her summons, for example, which are effectively creatures reliant on magic to survive. So what happens when you combine unicorns, stampedes, and war?
Oh, I know this one.
What?
Warnicorn Stampede.
Warnicorn.
Now I get where Spider with a top hat came from.
That spider's one of Star's self-professed most powerful summons, with his own minigun to boot.
Okay.
So naturally, she can kick monsters' butts with her spells thanks to her magical wand. But she better watch out, because a lot of those monsters want to use it for themselves.
The
Imagine
wand
that.
combined with her training means she has some incredible destructive power. She's blasted apart walls, temples, and a throne room. Her mother even said her wand could blow up a universe, and one of her ancestors did exactly that.
Could it though, actually?
Star's ancestor Skywind wanted to make something explode one day. So why not an entire dimension?
Huh.
Remember that book we mentioned earlier?
Yeah.
Skywind recorded her experience specifically so her successors would know what to do if they also wanted to destroy a dimension.
Of course.
So Star should be able to do this, since she's known to be an incredibly strong princess on top of being the heir to the Butterfly Spellbook.
Speaking of destroying things, her thermonuclear butterfly blast has wrecked a house. And according to Star, her mega explosive crystal laser is powerful enough to obliterate planets. But she just likes to use it to play with cats like a laser pointer.
Yay.
Star has spells for more than just destruction, though, like her Bunny Rabbit Blast, which she's used to catch up to cars. And one of the monsters she's fought, Meteora, has deflected lightning. Being able to fight on par with Meteora means Star's able to reach speeds over Mach 1000. But
Right.
if all that wasn't enough for you, once Star went through puberty,
Oh, you
Oh,
gotta be
puberty.
she learned how to access and control her far more powerful Butterfly form.
I
Now
see.
that's a set of wings. I just wish peering into her
What
eyes
about
wasn't
the
like
arms as
peering
well?
into the 9 layers of hell.
It's obviously a stand-in for puberty. Star
Well,
compared
yes.
the process of attaining it to, quote, suddenly looking at boys as if they were made of bacon. Like you've never eaten it in your life, and all you want to eat is bacon.
Wow.
So what you're saying is if I eat enough bacon, I can get magical powers?
That's not at all. But that wouldn't stop you anyway.
Anyway, through her time in various dimensions, fighting monsters and defending her friends, Star's become strong enough on her own that she no longer needs her wand. In fact, her wand only ever served as training wheels to help her harness this magic herself.
Soon enough, though, she realized monsters weren't actually the bad guys. So she started to fight for them instead of against them.
Oh.
This wasn't a popular decision with humans.
Wouldn't imagine
but Star
so.
knew it was the right choice and followed through. Unfortunately, the fighting continued, and Star realized in order to truly quell the conflict, she needed to fight magic itself.
Wow.
So her mother,
That's
her
deep.
great whatever grandmother, and Meteora all banded together to cast the Whispering Spell in the realm of magic.
This spell is designed to silence or end magic, and when cast within the realm of magic, it destroyed magic itself.
Huh.
All of it.
But doesn't that mean she killed all the magical creatures across the different dimensions because they need magic to survive?
Yeah, we don't talk about that.
Oh.
Well, after destroying magic and every
Rip.
magical creature in existence, Star was finally able to bring peace to Muni.
Star had a lot of growing up to do when she was sent to Earth, but she learned to control her powers and led her country to peace.
Mostly.
Now, she's truly grown from her chrysalis into
So-
a butterfly.
So in order
Who's
to
ready for
save
a
the
bloody
monsters,
bloodbath?
she committed genocide against the magical creatures? Is that what I'm gathering?
All right, the combatants are set. We've run the data.
That
through
seems a
all
little skewed.
possibilities.
It's time for a death battle and pause. Okay, it seems to me like Steven Universe is really going to win. But here's the thing. If Star wins, it will be for one main reason being the dimension destroying feat. But it seems to me more like they gave that to her to make it more even. You know what I mean? Because it's one of those things like, they're like, well, she should be able to do this, but there's no real proof that she could do it. And like all of her other feats in comparison, like the only feat that seemed at all reasonable, like compared to that, was her magic could like apparently destroy planets, like it was that strong, but she enjoyed using it as a laser pointer for giant cats instead. You know, that kind of thing. Aside from that though, all of her feats just kind of seemed dumb, or like in comparison, you know, like to like Steven Universe's feats, where like just child's play, you know? Like she can use her magic to go fast to catch up to a speeding car. Wow, that's great. He's able to dodge light itself and can move in a way the time is distorted, you know? And like with his shield able to block like the amount of force that you know, like the diamond whatever's shot at his mother, you know, like that was a lot more force. With him being on par with the whole like lifting the entire ocean via telekinesis, that's a lot of force. And she like destroyed a tower or a house or whatever, both maybe, you know? Like it seems like he has survived way more. So aside from the dimension thing, the other thing that I would give Star Butterfly would be versatility, in that her magic just kind of seems like it kind of do whatever, you know? And so, you know, I think there does exist a world where Star could win because her magic is just to kill Steven Universe immediately, you know? But I'm not going to go with that because that also seems dumb. And just like, what's the point then if that's the case? So like, she has the versatility, she doesn't need her wand to cast magic. But it just, unless she can do the whole destroy dimensions thing with her magic, I just don't think that she could kill Steven Universe, you know? His healing factor is not that impressive. You know, it's like, sure, he can heal like minor wounds or like bone fractures on his own, you know, just like through his like saliva or whatever, his own accelerated healing. It's not super impressive compared to what other people can do with their own regenerative stuff, but it's his durability, you know, the stuff that he's actually been through. You know, he's gone up against people who seemed way faster, way more powerful than Star has. So it just really seems to me like Steven Universe is going to win this one. That's what I'm going with, and play. Sandcastle contest, wow. Oh no.
Oh no! What happened?
Wait! Sorry. Wait. I can fix it.
Why would you do that, Star?
Okay, I think I have a better idea.
Just moved her 2 feet.
Much. I'll cheer you up.
Huh? Stop, please.
Star, why are you like this? Like all of a sudden she's just attacking him.
What did sandcastles ever do to you?
Fair question. Like, I know that Death Battle also, like, one of the big things is, like, if people are pacifists, they just have to kind of eliminate that from the equation, right? But it seems so odd in the battle setup
Check this out.
to have Steven Universe fighting the way that he is, because it's like, it doesn't seem entirely necessary. I mean, like, she is attacking him, like, unprovoked. But, yeah.
What's rude?
Was it Star?
What's wrong with you? Just leave me.
I actually didn't think he would achieve any sort of emotional breakdown state. So I thought they said that he'd handled that in the show.
See you later, Pinky.
I assume it's just to have a transformation.
Whoa, that's neat.
You got this, Steven! Please destroy her. If not for you, do it for me.
Goodbye, weird bug girl.
Oh, well, usually that would be a bad sign for the person who seems to be in a worse situation, which in this case is her. But,
Never surrender.
oh, poor bunny. I'll just have to get the numbers. Because I really thought that he'd taken stronger.
KO! I don't think she won what she thought she won there.
No.
Definitely had a better sandcastle.
With Steven's strength and healing abilities, Star was
The healing is
definitely
so
between a
minor.
gem and a hard place.
I didn't even
initially.
want to consider
and
it.
when Steven went pink, made it a whole lot tougher on her.
And since Steven was an alien gem and not technically magic, Star's whispering spell couldn't touch him, but she still had the advantage in the end. Steven was physically superior, at least to Star's everyday appearance. Star could survive explosions worth a few dozen tons of TNT, but he could match
Yeah,
Garnet's
that's nothing
button-busting
compared.
might.
Yeah.
However, everyone knows this matchup would rarely ever resolve in fisticuffs. Even with how out there some of Steven's powers were, the sheer versatility of Star's magic was simply not something he was equipped to outmaneuver or overpower.
That's the thing, though. Is it strong
He
enough?
was faster than Star in her lightning feats, but Star's butterfly form and transportation magic meant she had plenty of ways to work around that. Not to mention, she mastered her superpowered bug form while Steven never mastered Pink State. And she didn't even need her wand to go full power, so disarming her meant jack squat.
It
Right.
is possible Steven could match the power of the Diamond Trio, since Pink Diamond was able to defend against them alone. 843 million tenajoules, or about
Here we go.
2
This is the
tenatons of
stuff I
TNT,
needed.
is certainly nothing to scoff at.
But Star had spells that could destroy a whole planet and probably even a universe. Pun intended. She could basically one-up any level of power Steven tried to throw at her, even if he did go full pink monster mode.
Steven was pushed to the limit and gave
They
it his
didn't
best,
give
but
numbers
Star's
for
raw
her.
Power and her versatile spellcasting were impossible to beat.
Butterfly, Star, you've had a gem you would win.
The winner is
Claps for Star,
Butterfly.
even if I am evidently unsatisfied.
Hey, thanks for watching that episode. If
You're
you guys
welcome.
enjoyed it, make sure you like, subscribe, click the bell so you're notified. You can pick up our latest merch at store.roosterteeth.com.
All
and
right.
also click one of these boxes to watch one of the videos down below.
Not a box. Nope. Next time on Death Battle, we have... Okay, this is what people have been talking about. Link versus Cloud. Revisiting that. Yep. All right. So that'll be a thing. But for now, let's talk about this Death Battle. So I was wrong. But like, I still don't fully understand why. I'm very unsatisfied with their conclusion. Usually, even when I get something wrong, like, it's at least nice because they give the conclusion. I'm like, okay, yeah, no, that makes sense. Thank you for, clearing that up. They cleared up almost nothing for me in this conclusion. It was already, they brought up things that I had already acknowledged as though they were new. Where it's like, she doesn't need her wand anymore, her versatility with magic and whatnot. But, like, the whole thing was, like, I didn't think that he had amazing healing powers. I talked about that. So, I just wanted to bring it up in my, prediction so that it was out there, that it had crossed my mind. I just didn't even think it would matter. It was just his durability and his own strength and, his speed to boot. Like, that certainly helped. Was she faster in her, like, flying form? I only remember, like, one instance where they really discussed her speed, aside from the car thing, where she can catch up to, like, a speeding car. And it wasn't faster than light. So I was confused on that. And, like, yes, she would have the advantage as far as, like, being able to fight from range. But if he can close in with his speed, which, again, I thought was higher, he could potentially get in a good hit. And just with his durability, I thought he'd be able to take it. So the big thing for me is, like, how does what his mom, like, defended against, like, the Diamond Trio or whatever, right? How do the numbers of that compare with the planet busting? Because I personally am not ready to give Star the universe or dimension busting feat. It's just too much of a stretch for me, from what I know of her from this Death Battle, to say confidently that she would be able to do that, that she has that damage output. I just don't have the information from this death battle to like confidently say that yes, she is on par or above what the person who wrote that in the book was able to do, you know? If we even have proof that they actually did that. I don't have proof of it. And yes, I just need to know how the planet busting thing really compares to his thing, you know? So, yeah. Because if that was indeed like way stronger, and if we're saying that that is the strongest thing that Steven was capable of defending against, then like, okay, I'll accept it, you know? But right now, just with all these other questions, like that was the one thing I was really waiting for in the conclusion was like, how could she like outpower him, you know? Like what would she be able to do to like finish him off? And then they really didn't, like they started to talk about it, but they only gave the numbers on his side, and that wasn't the part I needed. so yeah. As for the animation itself, like yeah, like if the animation was, it seemed smooth. It seemed pretty good in terms of like its pacing and whatnot. You know, there were a couple little areas where it seems to, you know, jump ahead in a way that I didn't expect. Like her suddenly going into, I mean, both of them really going into their other forms, seemed odd to me. But you know, again, like, did it seem entirely appropriate for the fight? Like when it happened, like, no, it didn't to me. Whereas other fights, you know, the power-ups, the transformations do seem to make more sense. But like it makes sense just as far as obviously they want to show that they were keeping the transformations in mind when determining the outcome of this battle. So, yeah. Oh, what else? Oh, I was just gonna touch on again. Like, it was still weird how the fight actually went, though. Like, they had a story in this one. And kudos for, you know, kudos. Suddenly couldn't think of, like, the proper preposition. Kudos for that. Because stories are nice. It's much better than just having two characters and say, fight, and then they fight. But it was still weird because, like, just how it went down. Like, she drops sand castle on him, and then she's like, oh, sorry, let me make it better, and accidentally blasts him because she's such a master of magic, you know? And then she's like, oh, you're grumpy, let me attack you with the beam of cupcakes. And then he, rightly so, defends himself, and then she gets mad and starts shooting him with actual magical lasers. Like, it was just odd, because poor Steven, the pacifist, he doesn't want to be there or do that. And she just went out and killed someone, basically, for no good reason. But I guess she did commit genocide against magical creatures in the show, so it might fit her personality. Yeah, I don't know. I don't think I really have anything else to say about this death battle. Unfortunately, it wasn't the death battle for me. I am leaving this one unsatisfied. But hey, you know, maybe that's just because I'm also tired today, because I've had like a really bad sleep schedule this past week. I'm trying to reset it, but you know, I'm still in the process. So yeah, anyway, let me know what you all thought about this death battle in the comments below, whether you liked it, whether you disliked it, what you thought about this or that, etc., so on and so forth. Then next time we will be watching Link versus Cloud Strife. So hope you're looking forward to that. But yes, with that, we're calling it here. So have a good one, everybody.